Alright, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be going over Dricus du Plessis' maybe error at UFC 319 going against Khamzat Chimaev. So Khamzat Chimaev ends up putting Dricus du Plessis in maybe the worst position in MMA, right? Which is the top crucifix. This is a position that John Jones made famous. Demetrius Johnson used to use it a lot. Khabib Nurmagomedov used to use it a lot. And then, of course, now Khamzat Chimaev and many others use it. But it's one of those positions to where you get a lot of TKO stoppages from unanswered strikes because people aren't really sure how to move inside of that position, right? A lot of times they'll get to this position. A lot of times they'll get to this position and you'll see a lot of bucking and flailing and all this stuff, which ends up just creating a stoppage anyway because they never escape to position, right? So in this video, not only am I going to be maybe breaking down a couple of thought processes that you could take into your grappling for MMA, but also maybe what Dricus du Plessis should have done instead of wasting a lot of energy or getting stuck in that position, albeit who he's going against, Khamzat Chimaev, is a monster. But again, this is something that maybe you can apply to your game, right? So this position usually happens from side control, right? So they start off in side control, they maybe like pin an arm down, and then they put like a shin over it. Or in Khamzat's case, he was actually going all the way over it and pinching his knees on the tricep, creating this lockdown position. He's pinning one side up down with his legs, the heaviest part of his body, and then the other side he's like pinching at my shoulder, his head's down, and he's really controlling. So if I try and lift up my right side, I can't. If I try to lift up my left side, I can't. And if I try to like just turn in any sort of direction that usually works to escape side control, I can't really do that, right? And then in the meantime, I'm also getting punched in the face, which is what creates the stoppages. Now, there's two ways you could go about this that Dricus du Plessis didn't do for either, right? Sometimes if people have their legs like crossed, go ahead, cross your legs. You can like walk your legs around and start like peeling at their legs to create some sort of like off balancing or some like lever situation. But Khamzat never really crossed his legs. He was going from shin pins to just pinching his knee on the tricep. And if you get someone who is doing this to you, what you have to do is either go both hands down at a 90-degree angle like you're Kimuraing yourself, or both hands up, and I'll show you why. If you go both hands down, this now allows, if I walk my hips or I try and get on my side or sink down or sink up, now I have freedom of my hips rather than trying to move my shoulders, right? My hips are actually free rather than my shoulders are pinned to the mat, right? So if I go palms down and I go in this Kimura position, I can walk my body up. This helps to straighten my arms, and now I can actually swim my hands out. If I don't want to do that, I can walk my body up in that Kimura position again, and then I can walk and go parallel to it. This creates a little bridge on this side. I still have control of the leg, and now I can start getting to my side and escaping with this wizard, or even getting back to side control, which is just a better position, right? So again, that's palms down and pushing up to try and straighten my arms in order to start looking maybe for that single leg or to just swim those arms through and get to like a side control position. So one more time, he's in the crucifix. I go palms down, I shimmy my way up, creating this little gap in my elbow, and I can even go out this way, back door, now that my arms are free or my shoulders are free. Again, I'm here, I go palms down, two right angles with my arms. I shimmy my body up, creating an elongated arm position. This makes it easy just to swim my arms from being in the crucifix. I can go this way, or I could swim, go this way, start attacking the single leg, or maybe even at the least get back to like a side control position by swimming my arms. However, option two, it's actually the opposite, right? So they get into this crucifix position, and instead of going hands down and shimmying up, I'm gonna go the opposite way. I'm gonna go palms up, giving them two Americanas, and I'm gonna shimmy my way down, again, straightening out my arms. Now, if he decides to try and attack me from here, go ahead, try whatever. Strikes or whatever sort of attack. So any sort of strikes, I'm still able, because my hand is in line with my body, I'm able to move, right? Rather than being pinned my shoulders being pinned. If I can get here, it's more than likely I'm gonna be get onto my side. It's very similar to like a front headlock. However, also going palms up. Again, I sink down. Whichever way I turn, I'm gonna bridge my hips up. So if I bridge, I can walk this way, relaxing my arm and coming out, or I can sink down, I can bridge, and I can walk this way, relaxing my arm and unraveling it. Now, it's very important to understand that this is an uncomfortable position, and getting out of it, you're probably gonna be uncomfortable. You're probably gonna eat a couple strikes. Getting out of it is because you got to that bad position in the first place that you have to kind of take those strikes in order to get out. It's just like getting out of mount, right? Realistically, you're probably gonna take some shots while you're trying to get out, but at least you escape the position. And that's something I think is lost in a lot of maybe like beginner MMA fighters, is they think they're gonna get out of these bad positions without taking a shot. So they kind of just hold on and bridge and buck and try and do everything fast, when in reality, it kind of has to go slow. Maybe you're gonna get a punch or two as you're escaping, but eventually they're gonna have to, the person on top is gonna have to catch their balance and stop striking in order to control. Otherwise, you're just gonna get out. So yeah, you might eat one or two punches, but if you're doing these techniques, then at least you're gonna escape the position. And we all know position before submission is the motto, right? So guys, thank you for watching. These are 2 ways that Dricus du Plessis could have escaped the crucifix position. But with that being said, go ahead and let me know what videos or breakdowns you would like to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.